to the paper, the grass is always greener. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of a No Label Convo. Here with my boy Nell.
Yo.
Shouts out to everybody that's subscribing on YouTube, as always, liking on Instagram, sharing on Instagram, continuing to support, showing love. Now, go ahead and get to the sponsor.
Word, shout out to our sponsor. Shout out to Guapcoin.
Guapcoin.
Cryptocurrency for the culture, you know what I mean? Tap in. Founder was just at Essence Fest, you know what I mean? Letting the people know. Like, tap in. Like, everything shifting around you. Gas prices going crazy. Learn a little something. If you come by none, learn about it.
Shit.
Where today we sitting down with an artist, a fashion designer. It's been dope to watch all his things like just be put out on the world stage and people really, really fucking with it. We got my boy TRIST. What's good?
What's good, Brody? Thank you. Appreciate y'all boys for having me.
Appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Sir.
Man, how the city been treating you?
Shit, it's always love. It's always love, for sure.
That's what's good. So, you say you went to Mac, right?
Yeah, facts.
Word. So, man, I mean, we went through some Hutch Tech boys.
Yeah.
Our rivals.
Y'all was fake our rivals.
Yeah, we was rivals.
Definitely was.
You know what I mean? I take pride in we beat y'all. We beat y'all at y'all house.
Oh yeah, that one
year. We don't do it that often. But we got
it
done. We got it done. Did you play sports and shit?
Nah, by that time I was just a fly nigga.
Word.
Yeah. I stopped playing. I stopped hooping for real. Like after like 8th grade, I was just like, fuck it. Like I ran track just cause like to stay in shape, but I was like, fuck it.
Track used to be lit though.
For
track
sure.
Used to be the move.
I'm mad I waited till senior year. I'm like, I saw these girls out here.
Bro, that's honestly what made me did track. I ain't gonna lie. My first meet, I went crazy. You got first place. It was all shit. Then after that, they was like, no more girls. Like this when they split up the track meets. So I was like, bro, I don't even care about this shit.
My motivation gone.
Nah, that
for real. Hell yeah. So you say once you stopped playing sports, you just started just focusing on getting fly and all that?
Yeah, facts.
Was fashion always like a big influence in your life?
Yeah, like it unconsciously, but it was there. Like, cause I grew up like drawing sneakers and shit. Cause my brother used to always draw, and like my brother's a sneakerhead. My dad used to have kicks and shit, so I was just drawing them shits and like, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to be AI. You feel me? So like,
everybody did, bro.
AI hot sauce.
You feel me? You had fake tattoos, wearing headbands, wearing the bandanas and shit. So
arm sleeve.
Yeah,
people don't like give him enough credit as how much he changed.
I think they do now.
How much he changed around basketball? The entire fashion shift.
Exactly.
Shifted, like how like the shorter shorts is coming back. He was the first one really with like baggy shorts, like with bigger shorts.
Yeah, real shit.
And he was just wearing like the regular clothes, the baggy clothes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, on the run, they got the fashion runway and all that shit now in the NBA.
Yeah.
AI really was the one that was putting it on, as they say.
Real shit.
They literally changed the dress code for the NBA.
Because of him,
yeah.
It made them having to start wearing tuxes,
bro, he
suit
pulled
and tie.
up, I think his MVP, he pulled up big ass white tee with like some jeans and mad jewelry or something.
The big cross. Yep. Had his baby in the arm.
AI the GOAT.
The GOAT.
AI is the GOAT. Oh yeah. So once you started what did you start making pieces in high school or?
Nah, I ain't make my first piece until like legit piece. Probably when I linked up with Esco. Like before, I would like distress my own shit, but I wouldn't call me like creating. But like my first piece, that was with Esco. I started designing with him like 2015. Like I always knew him and shit, but like
he was out of high school by then.
Yeah, I was a sophomore, and I think I was like a sophomore in college. Like shit, that's when I really was like, all right, this is what I know I want to do.
Yeah,
you feel me? So
did you go to Buff State?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, did you took up fashion there? Or?
Nah, I went for business. At that time, I really ain't. I ain't know what I wanted to do. I could honestly say, like, I knew I was gonna do something, but I was just really doing that shit to just get my mom up my ass. You feel me?
Nah,
I wanted to take a year off to really plot on what I wanted to do before I jump into it. Cause like from like when we was in high school, you feel me? I already knew like it was shit about debt, all that other shit. Like I ain't want to take out no loans, no nothing. I was telling her that, like, you feel me? Like I don't want to go through that shit because I seen her go through that shit. But like, I mean, she made the best out of it. But nah, bro, I wasn't trying to do all that shit.
Nah, I get that. Definitely get that.
So did you finish at Buff State?
Hell no, bro. I gotta go through the whole timeline. Shit. Let me see. I want to say, I went to Buff State for like pretty much 2014, 2015. My grandma passed away, so like I ended up like staying in Florida for like 3 months. I was just like out there just with family and shit. And then by the time I came back, I wasn't even in it, bro. Feel me? My head wasn't where it was at. So yeah, like
I fully get that.
yeah, bro. Niggas was just smoking, just trying to figure shit out. Honestly.
Yeah, shit. You found the path.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's crazy because like a year before that, I wrote some shit in my notes. I don't know. I was going through it. I'm just like, man, what the fuck? Like, I'm writing it like just about just life, like everybody's situation. I'm just like, man, like something got shake. You feel me? So that shit ended up coming out right for me. You feel me? I just kept through it. Just stayed down.
So what made you and Busy link up?
So pretty much I knew because my brother he like all them boys. My brother Ocho and shit. My brother Ace. So I knew them niggas when I was a youngin'. So I'm in like, I want to say I met them boys 8th grade. Yeah, 8th grade. I met all them boys like balling for a cost and shit. And I always like saw them niggas, so I'm like, all right, Biz, the sneaker plug. Like, I used to get sneakers off Biz. And, my cousin Flaw, we had like the same like sneaker plug and shit. So like, I'll leave my cousin's house copping like 3 pairs of kicks. This nigga Biz checking like, what the fuck you got? You feel me? So it was just shit like that. But it was just like I just always to pull up on bro. So it was just like one of the days, like, you feel me? Everybody got their days. He was having his days where it's just like he ain't like he wanted to quit. You feel me? He like, you feel me? He was fed up. So we just ended up like just chopping it up. I'm just like, bro, like you can't stop. Like, you feel me? Like like nigga, like look at you, like look around, like you feel me? Like it was a real deep convo. Like I don't want to go too far in depth, but against the lines, like you feel me, I was able to like bring his spirits up, and it was just like, you feel me, like let's do this shit. So that's like how I pretty much like start designing and shit like that. So yeah,
and bit like those who don't know, like be on Uptown Chase on IG, but
yeah, that nigga got like 50 names.
Has so many, he has so many names. But it's like everybody knew him in the city for his fashion. Like, he was rapping, but like his fashion in a sense was crazy. I remember we went to go see, was it Chance the Rap? It might have been Kendrick. We went to go see Kendrick in Cleveland, and we was waiting on him to, you know what I mean, so we could get there. He come back, he had on some pants that had like had to have like 10, 20 different pockets. And I'm like, yo, what is this? He was like, yo, these something, man. He's like 900. Like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I've never seen no shit like this before. But like, he was always on the cutting edge of some like newer fashion shit.
Yeah, true shit.
So when y'all came together, was that when Cafe was born?
I want to say it was born that same year, but I came probably like a little bit after. I don't know like the exact month, but cause before them boys had like the Clinton era, the MCMX C$. So that was like him, Kenny, and Byron and shit. And I was copping that shit around that time. I was rocking that shit in high school type shit. So I mean, high school and like a little bit of grammar school. So I was rocking that shit for a little bit, and Like, you feel me? Bitches kept saying, like, damn, nigga, like, you cop everything. I'm just like, yeah, bro, like, make fly shit. Like, so it was just shit like that. So, yeah, like, 20, like, that's like when Cafe really came about. I think, I don't know exactly what happened, but instead of like MCMX, they ended up changing the name. And that's when, like, Cafe Season came about.
Yeah.
So I probably came, like, I know for sure he had a collection already. So I came like that second collection.
Okay.
A Cafe. Yeah.
Was that around the same time he dropped Gallery?
I
pink
think Gallery
umbrella?
came out like 2016 though, right?
I think, yeah. So
Yeah,
you're talking 15, right?
I think it was 2016. I think, but
Yeah,
it was like I was there for that whole process. So
Okay.
like I was down there like almost like his consultant, like music shit too, like me and Med and like a couple of his other homies and shit. Like I was around him like that whole stretch.
I remember when that shit dropped, that shit was like, I was like, yo.
You said that's the one with the pink cover?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. It's like
I'm
to
like,
this
yo,
day,
this
that's
I think that's the
here,
first project I heard from him.
Bruh. He had a whole magazine that like you could buy with the fucking album.
yeah, facts with
like
the cassette.
80
That shit was
pages
tough.
of just all fashion pieces and shit. Like the shit was fucking crazy. I still got that joint at my house. Like,
Yeah, for sure. That's a coffee table essential right
bro,
there.
that shit is so crazy.
So what's the meaning behind the name Cafe though?
Cafe. So we kind of changed it up, but like originally it was like creating conversation through creative content. Because through clothing, it was always this big thing on like creating a conversation, just period. Like that's how like niggas get in them rooms or network. Like
a fact.
half the time, like people only approaching you because of like your fit. You feel me? And like around that time, it was like every time we was wearing our shit, like niggas was, yo, bro, that shit fire. Like what is that? And then it's starting that conversation. So that shit came about. And it was really just just pushing the narrative out there, just telling the story through the clothes. And I want to say like 2020, it kind of just changed into creating an ideology of like a multimedia network. So now like boys trying to like really make it like a household name as far as just like like important home goods, essentials, and pretty much like an agency, like doing other people like shit like behind the scenes and stuff like that. So like big on like direction and shit now.
Yeah, creative direction and all that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope, bro. Cause I remember watching it just like evolve and transform.
Yeah, bro. Like niggas started in the basement, bro. Like Church's days, bro. But man.
Yeah. So what would you say like the hats was the first piece that like started going crazy?
Yeah, that the hats definitely took it to the next level. Like, cause it was, like we real like intricate niggas like when it come to dressing. So like even if you respect it, some people was looking like I can't wear it, but I like it. So I feel like the hat was like the first thing people was like, okay, like I can fuck with this. Like it's not too much for me. So
Wow. Yeah, man. How did it feel when you saw people like West started wearing it and
that shit was crazy. So like it's crazy because like West always like West followed me during like Hitler wear Hermes like 2. Like that's like when I first like found out about West.
Which
At the
cover was
time,
that?
that's when he had the Chanel ski mask on.
Okay.
So I was working at Villa and shit, and it was just like I kept seeing him, but at the time I ain't meet him. I ain't really know what it was. Like it was just like his mixtape was in the store. He followed me on Instagram and shit, and I'm just like, this nigga raw as hell. Like I never like he was like honestly one of the first hood niggas that I'm like, okay, like this nigga is like tapped into like the hipster shit. So that's what gravitated me towards him. Was like he knew the shit that like at the time niggas like him did not know about. Like you feel me? Like that nigga was talking about like Louis Supreme. This one, all the hood niggas still rocking like rocking Revival and True and shit. So like he was ahead of like his age bracket with shit. So
Got you.
that's what I gravitated to. I'm just like this nigga raw as hell. Like,
Yeah, but was Skis the manager when you was at Villa?
yeah, in fact, excuse bro. Yo, I got this. Bro, yo, Skis was my nigga, bro. Like I was young as hell. Me and Potts, cause Cause it's two pods. Cause you know Mike, he got a younger brother. That's like my man. That's my brother.
Okay.
So like when we was younger, when we was bored, we'd just go to the mall and just fuck with skis. We'd go to finish line and shit. Young as hell, like, bro, give us a job, blah, blah, blah. So, feel me? So, fast forward a couple years later, he gave me my first job when I was old enough. So,
That's dope.
hell yeah, that's my brother for life, man. That's my boy right there.
That's dope for sure.
Yeah.
So how did you really like get into like getting into the different like designers and fashion brands that maybe other people your age or like where you come from didn't really know about?
I would say it honestly, that shit go back to like grammar school, like, cause we niggas always stood out, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, when niggas was doing other shit, I was just, like, me and my niggas was just always doing like left. So like me and like, you know, Jalen and shit. Like, we used to get these
My boys.
we used to get these fucking like catalogs from like the skate catalogs and shit. So like we was already ahead just from them. Niggas is looking at like Diamond Supply, like Neff, just them type of brands. And then like as we got older and shit, the taste just matured. So when I started going on like Tumblr, that's when I like started getting into like heavy designer. Tumblr, that shit opened my eyes to
Tumblr is
everything,
the
bro.
right?
So who were some of the people on Tumblr that were like big at the time?
You
pages were on?
you got Ken Rebel. You got
I know Yams Tumblr was crazy.
Yeah, Yams, hell yeah.
Yams
You
Tumblr
got
was
Yams for
crazy.
sure.
RIP Yams.
Yams had the blueprint. So you got Ken Rebel, Yams, just that whole circle, like him, Glenn Brown, Ian Connor. You got fucking India Marie. What's the one fine ass girl? Her name like Dejanay Nicole. She Gerald Green bitch now. She fired though, bro. Like next level. Like, yeah, bro. It was just mad at them type of like yeah, just like mad at them though. They was like on they like Rick Owens shit. This like the Watch the Throne era, like right there. I even followed Virgil on Tumblr back then.
Come on.
So yeah, that whole era was crazy, bro. It's just like today's like 2022 kind of remind me of back then. Cause just like that was like that's when I found out about like Rick Owens, Givenchy. I found out about Raph probably like a couple years after that. So like Tumblr, that's why I'm like, okay, like this is aesthetic right here. Like this shit it was different. Like
What's crazy is how social media impacted like fashion aesthetics to the point where it's like streetwear now is like it could be somebody that's not from the hood and they're like an ambassador for streetwear. You know what I'm saying? That shit blew my mind. Like, I was watching it was Thread. It's like maybe Thread Academy on YouTube or Thread something. Thread University.
Thread University. I probably came across it, but I don't think I ever.
But they was going into like the history of all the like young streetwear, but they was like all white. And it was
the fuck out of
and
here.
I'm like,
You dead ass?
I swear to God. And I was like,
What?
I was like, yo, there's streetwear, but they were young white kids who had the bread to buy whatever like big brand name, and it was popping on IG and popping on like social media.
That's crazy.
So like they're like the they're like considered the social media forefathers of like streetwear, and it's like that shit.
To who?
Yeah, that's all. Like that's wild, bro. Cause like honestly, we gonna be honest, like. You got to get credit to Ian Connor, bro. Like he changed the internet culture. Like he was like one of the first niggas to really like like put on for that shit, bro. Like he had all the white kids going crazy over that shit. So
that's a super
I get a credit to him. He took it there. You feel me? Obviously, it's more people, but that's one like known nigga who like he got to get his flowers. Like no matter all the crazy shit he been on, but like. He responsible for a lot of shit, bro. Like,
and everybody that I know that like be on some fly shit or like really into that, like how you are, they always say the exact same thing. Like Ian Connor is like you gotta be
you got to. He created like the
and
whole...
they always say like even though he be on some crazy shit, you still gotta give his flowers. They say the exact same thing.
True shit.
His girl from Buffalo, right?
Are you talking about Raven? Nah, they got divorced. Or they even get to that point, but yeah, I don't know. Just from what I see on social media, that shit ain't go through. Like he be wearing the fucking ring that he gave her. So
Oh, okay.
that shit is over.
Buffalo connection, nonetheless.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you met him?
Who, Ian?
Yeah.
Did I? Nah, I haven't. I never met Ian. I met Ade, like his like one of his like right hands, but I never met him.
Gotcha. Wait, have you gone to like the complex cons and all of that
Yeah,
stuff?
my first time at Complex Con was last year. Yeah, well, nah, it was. I'm tripping. We in 2022, so yeah, whichever Complex Con that just happened, I was at that joint. Yeah,
Word.
so that's like last November. I was there.
How was your experience there?
That shit was cool. It was it's funny as hell. I kept my Baklava on the whole time. I wore my VP with the bunny shit.
Mm-hmm.
I wore that shit the whole time, bro. This nigga Offset just staring at me. I'm staring at him. Cause we both got masks on. So like we kind of like grilling each other like, who the fuck is this? Like so that shit was kind of funny as hell.
Like, I'm him. Who's you?
Yeah, cause I didn't even know it was him too. That's the funny part. Cause like, bro, like, I kid you not, he probably like where you at, and I'm right here. And like he facing sideways, but like he looking like this. So like you can feel somebody looking at you and shit. So like I turn my head and I'm just like, this nigga still looking at me. Like, what the fuck? So after that he just like he walked off and shit. And then probably like 2 minutes later, I just see a big ass crowd come. They're like, Offset. I'm like, oh shit, that was awesome. So, that shit was funny as hell. I met fucking Draco. I just fucked up his name, R.I.P.
Yeah,
But I met that nigga. I didn't even know it was him. I always heard his fucking music, but I never like really paid attention to his face. All my homies used to listen to him and shit. And that nigga just dapped us up, just like randomly. So that shit was wavy. Rihanna was there, Rocky, whole ASAP Mob. That was like the anniversary. So overall, that shit was cool. It was a good experience. Like I was happy to see like how to observe. So like now when I go like this year, I know how to maneuver and all that shit. So that shit is cool.
Y'all gonna need a table type shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. We get in the booth. Like it's already solidified. So we there. Y'all boys might as well buy y'all ticket.
Word.
Shit,
Yeah, definitely gotta do that.
It's gonna be lit.
Hell yeah. So with your style, you don't necessarily like do the cuts and like the sewing and stuff. You kind of like remake the older styles.
So I do both. Like I've been learning. So that collection I just dropped, that was more so. Nah, I can't even say that because I had to make my own pattern and shit and cut that shit out from scratch. Yeah, so it's both. It's both. Yeah, it's both.
Word. So what's the name? And you do the things with you make like cargo shorts in the bag or cargo pants in the bag.
Yeah,
that's hard. What made you come up with that?
I can't even tell you, bro. It was just one of them things where like it was a lot going in my head, just like with mad emotion and shit like that. Just I can't even explain it, bro. I just was looking at it. I'm just turn this shit into a bag, cause like oh no, I'm cap. Matter of fact, I'm cap. I can't even go like that. I fucking so that's like what resurfaced it. But I remember my man's ex. He made a bag out of like some Tommy Hilfiger jeans, like mad long ago. I ain't even gonna lie. He did that shit like 3 years ago. And but that wasn't like my intentions making it. But like I guess like with my brain, once I see some shit, that shit is in my brain.
Yeah.
So it's like when I saw it, I'm just like, what can I do with it? And I was like on like the whole utility wave shit. And then, that's what made me do it. That's what made me, I ain't gonna lie. I just had to think about it for a minute. Once I saw like all the pockets and shit, I was like, yo, this could be a bag. Yeah. So that's kind of like how I came about it. But the collection overall, I was just at war with the world. It was me against the world when I was making that shit. Like,
what's the name of it?
It's called Blood, Tears, and Thread. Literally, like, I was cutting myself out. Just like sewing, like fucking, like just cutting fabric and shit. So I was really shedding blood. I lost faith. You feel me? That's like my brother right there. You feel me? So dead ass for sure. Yeah, bro, it was just a lot, bro. All them tears, literally, bro. That was my first time like crying in forever, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, a week straight, a nigga was bawling like a little bitch, bro. Like Like to
That
this
should be
day,
necessary.
bro.
That shit
Nah,
is
dead
like-
ass, bro. Like
That shit is necessary.
for sure, bro. That was a real emotional stretch for me. Like that, I think like with all that going on and just like other shit with like the homies, like just feeling like stagnant and shit. That like kind of like just made me want to just like do some shit. I had to. That was my way of venting, getting that shit off my chest. So like all the shit I was feeling, I was putting that shit in there. Like literally, I wasn't sleeping, bro. Like I'll probably go to work. After work, I'll go right to the stew and just be there all night. Like no sleep, no nothing. Doing push-ups like on some Kanye Donda shit.
Word.
Like yeah, bro.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta get that grief out and get creative with it. You gotta
Yeah.
do something with that energy.
That's my way of venting. Like I'm not like when it comes to like really like showing emotion, I'm not too good with that shit. So it's like I gotta do that shit through my art. That's like the only way I could like
You gotta
really
find some outlet.
yeah, that's really the only way I could express myself. I could write real good, but I ain't no like poetry nigga. Like I got like I got some shit in my notes, but I ain't no shit like that. So I just gotta do that shit through the art. You feel me?
Word.
You said the name of that collection was what?
Blood, Tears, and Thread.
And the name of the brand is?
Vice Paradise for sure.
And the meaning behind that name is?
Vice. It's kind of self-explanatory. Like your vices is your paradise. You feel me? So, yeah, bro. The story behind that is a nigga was living wild. You feel me? And just like what was around me, just like the shit that's really not good for you. That shit brings you like joy. But it's like ultimately, I interpret it in a way where it's like you gotta figure out a way to adapt and find like your peace within. Like be able to pretty much be self-aware. Like acknowledge that shit, but don't let it get the best of you.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like just living that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Have you done any collabs or like looking to do any collabs?
I did, yeah, facts. I collabed with Wasabi. And I did it wasn't like a true collab as like much as I wanted it to be, that fashion show, but I still count it as a collab. But
From the art part?
Yeah, what'd you say? Yeah, the art part. Yeah, we gotta spin a block on that shit because I wanna do something like strictly for that. Like the shit that we did, it was kind of like we just had shit we already made and like twisted a little bit and did it like that. I want to do like something specifically, have like a story behind it. You know what I mean? So
No, I get that. I remember I was with True and they was at the Kesubi joint, and I remember we was just killing. It was like me, him, Haji, and Sabi was off in the corner, like, getting it like just working, and I'm like, I leave, come back like an hour or two later, still in the same spot. I'm like, yo, this nigga be working his ass off.
Like honestly, bro, like Saab is like the hardest working man ever. Like he like not even on no like racial slur shit, but he worked harder than the Mexican, bro. Like that nigga motivate me, bro, because like I lived with him for like 3 years. You feel me? So like I lived like after like the slime, like after the slime shack shit, like he had moved in with niggas and shit, and like that nigga really got up and worked every day. So it's just like you seeing that shit, you like hell nah, nigga. Like I'm right with you. Like you ain't about to, you feel me, bro? So,
ain't about to outwork me.
That's how it should be though, bro.
Yeah, not that
Your
ass.
brothers, they should be the ones that really inspire you or push you to go even harder.
True shit, bro. So like even like he'll tell you himself, bro. Like he one of them niggas. Even if he see you like getting a little comfortable, yo, bro, like do this. He'll trick me too. Like I'll probably like you feel me. I'll go on like my little spree because I work in sprees. So like I'll probably do some shit like 4 days in a row. I'll take like a break. I'm chilling playing a game. He like, yo, bro, can you sell this or blah blah blah? Give you right back moving. So feel me out. That's my brother right there.
Yeah, that's proud. Yeah, that's dope. That's a proud moment, bro. I know when I seen him do like he got the joint with the job with Kesubi.
Yeah, man, I was proud.
That's tough.
I'm like, bro, that shit hard as hell, bro.
And it's crazy because like before that he did a sous piece. Like not even like knowing like he did a sous. I think my man's Connie had a pair of sous jeans and he just gave it to him. He did this shit. This like This happened like 2019, I think, or like 2020. So like he low key manifested that shit, like not without even knowing. So that shit just sweet as hell to see, bro. Like I'm proud of that nigga, bro. Like I don't like, man, like this like a story nobody even fucking know, but like me and like a couple other homies is the reason why like he like really even doing that shit, bro. Like I like gave him a box of like 20 t-shirts, bro, just like off the humbug. Like didn't charge him no. I'm just like, bro, like you too raw to not be doing this shit, bro. You feel me? And that's like how that shit started. You feel me? So
that's dope as hell, bro. Yeah, man. And that's one thing I love about Buffalo is like the artists is like it for a while it wasn't like people wasn't really like rocking with each other, but like as our generation started getting like rising up and people a little bit under us, they was like, nah, we gonna all work together to make this shit happen.
Nah, for sure.
And that shit manifesting, bro. I always say we got some of the best artists in the world here, bro.
Nah, true shit.
Without a doubt. Because man, I remember when I was working for a machinery company, we was traveling up and down the East Coast, whatever, and I would make it my job. Like I would try to find the local music scene in every city I went to.
Yeah.
And that shit was hard to do. Like it was just like, and then if I did find some shit, the shit was like, shit, our spot is better than this.
Yeah.
I go to the next city. Our shit better than this. I'm like, oh, we lit.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how it normally is. You gotta go somewhere else to really appreciate where you from.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
that's
where
why I feel
your home
like
is.
that is. And I feel like like even some of our local artists, they need to get that shit through their heads, bro. Cause it's like after COVID, it's like niggas got the life sucked up out of them, bro. Like niggas gotta get that energy back up, bro. Like
and it's like the first summer shit being open for real.
Yeah.
I look at that shit as like that shit was the great equalizer.
Yeah.
Like, shit. All the media companies, everything, everybody shut down. Then it's like now shit opening back up. Everybody starting at the finish line or the starting line. All right, now everybody go.
Yeah, true shit.
Yeah, so
You get to see who was working behind the scenes.
yeah,
Who was creating resources where the resources wasn't there.
Bro, for real. Cause man, quarantine that shit was the best thing that ever happened to me. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like
quarantine was
that shit was lit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. At first it was bad, but like after the first 2 weeks, I'm like, all right, it's lit.
Yeah.
I might just tap in.
Once niggas realize they ain't gonna die, like, like I'm not gonna die if I open my letter from my mailbox. Like, niggas was good. Yeah, man. Who are some of your fashion or like even outside of that, like who are some of your influences that affect your art?
Shit. First and foremost, my homies. Like we like a family. Like I don't even call them niggas my friends. Like them really my brothers, bro. Like we all like at least 10 years or plus into that shit now. So like that's family. So we all kind of like feed off of each other. So them for sure. Just good style, you feel me? I might see an old head just like in a raw fit, and that shit just like I'll take a note of like the colorway that they got on. Kanye, Pharrell, Nigo, shit like that. That's really it.
You fuck with the Nigo album?
Yeah, that shit is fire. That shit is tough. I fuck with it.
It was been a good ass year for music, bro. I was thinking about that shit the other day, like, bro,
It's
music
been
this year been
shit.
fucking crazy.
And everybody thought it was gonna be a great year last year because everything was opening up. So everybody thought like people was gonna flood the waters.
Yeah.
Everybody
waited.
Yeah, everybody tucked it until this year.
That's a fact. Momo's been dropping heat. What's an album that like inspire you? Like say you cutting up, you getting your creative back. What's an album you throwing on? Like yo, it's that.
I'm gonna throw y'all all the way off with this one.
Go for it.
Whole lot of red. That's like that.
I could see
my fault.
I could see that.
That's one of my favorite albums right now, like ever. Like I'm not gonna hold you.
Why is that?
The energy is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I honestly never heard before. Like ain't nobody shit sound like that. You feel me?
Valid.
And it's just that like we was in for a surprise. Nobody was expecting that shit. Like his shit got leaked twice. Scrapped it. went completely fucking left. You feel me? Nothing to what you even expect. And that shit was still fire to me, bro. Like, and he just like, cause nowadays a lot of like artists or just people who make music don't carry that like, they don't carry that aesthetic. You feel me? Like they just drop a project and that's it. Like he really embodied his album, bro. Like with that whole punk black rock star shit. Like you feel me? Like he really like. I know y'all seen the crazy.
He started his rollout like 2 years prior to the album even dropping.
Hell of a rollout.
You feel me? So all credit, like you feel me? I gotta give bro his respect because like I never expected it for him. So that kind of like what made me gravitate to it more because it's just like, damn, bro, like I didn't think you had this shit in you. So
From the first time I heard Cardi was on was Fetty.
Yeah.
I would never think bro, it would be where it's at right now.
Come on, cause like I was, you feel me? I was tapped in with Cardi dinner since like 2014, 2015, like that whole SoundCloud era. So like I was really able to like really see that nigga transition. So that shit kind of sweet to me. And dope. Just like he talking that shit, like he talking the same shit he would be, but it's just different sonically. So it's like I like it. Like me and Saab, we made that whole Band of Paradise collection just listening to that shit, bro. Like I was banging that shit for years straight faithfully, bro. Like
I still never listened to it,
bro. I don't know. It's just like it's because I get all the references to like the outfits, to the music, to even like certain like vocal cadences that he have on there. Like I understand all that shit because like fucking around with Sabi, I really like got into that punk shit. So it's like I really like understand that shit where he coming from. So
that's that play a big part in that shit. Cause like a lot of like when I listen to Biz music, Billy Esco, and when I'm listening to it, it's like, yo, this shit sound hard, but it's like I don't know all the brands he's saying because he was dropping names for the whole
song. He be dropping that shit. Nah,
and it's just like, I know he's saying some shit right now. I don't know what he's talking about. But he's saying some shit.
That man raps is expensive, like
for a fact. For a fact,
for sure. Because bro. Like I still got like one of like his first projects. Like I got like that shit on CD still. Like Biz, like during high school, like Biz was my favorite rapper. Like I tell him that shit. Like I'm like, bro, like you really raw as hell. Like that nigga nice, bro. Like
that's a fact.
That nigga can spit.
That's a fact. So what's next for you? Where you want to push the shit next?
Next shit just. I'm coming for everything, bro. I really want to like work with like a big brand or just like a brand that's like a core brand that like have room for improvement. So that's like one of like my goals right now. I want to do something with like Dickies or like, you feel me, that type of stature. Like just something I know where I could like take them to that next level.
That shit, bring Dickies back?
Yeah, you feel me? Like I wrote this shit down.
He's on a good run right now, so yeah, you really take him to.
Let me see, cause I ain't gonna lie, I wrote a whole fucking list down of like all the brand stuff. Like,
I would want to see some of your stuff for like Carhartt.
Yeah, like you feel. Well, the only reason I say Carhartt, cause Carhartt kind of already like there. Yeah, like they still, it's still room for improvement. But you know, just like the brands that like these high fashion brands collab with, I just like want to just do something with them just y'all don't even need to fuck with these high-end niggas. Like, we gonna make this shit luxury. But really that styling, like, my eye is crazy, bro. Like, I could style my ass off. Like, if I'm given, like, the right budget or, like, wardrobe, I can make some of my best work. So that, definitely more Vice Paradise. I don't even say I've been bullshitting, but I just really want to take my time with that because, like, this is, like, my solo shit. You feel me? Like, yeah, like the cafe shit, I kind of just been like, you feel me, just like letting Biz rock out, like he doing his thing, and like I just want to focus on Vice Paradise a little bit more. So that shit is gonna be. I already, you feel me, y'all boys saw the first shit, like you feel me, like not to toot my own horn, but that shit crazy. I ain't seen nobody in Buffalo come like that. So as far as just like the direction, And
So is it
even
just
like
you,
color
or do you
palettes.
have like a whole team?
So as of right now, it's just me. My bad, I keep moving the mic. As of right now, it's just me, but I have been like, I definitely got like essential pieces. So like I do have a team, but like right now I say it's just me. But shout out to Saab. That nigga is like, we really like Nigo and Pharrell. You feel me? Like
That's right.
like you feel me? He be
Shout out to
helping me, I
Saab.
be helping him. So Saab definitely, my man Solomon. He more so like on the model side, but he been doing like the VHS filming. So I'm gonna give him like some more like creative like shit to do with that. It's just cause like I'm so stern on like what I want to do, and I know exactly like how I want shit. You feel me? So it's like I just need a team just to help me out, get the shit done, not necessarily like with the brains of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's extra hands.
Yeah. So him, Michelle, she do like privé. She helped me like how to like sew better. Cause before I was just going based off like YouTube and shit. So it was definitely nice to have like that teacher like right next to me to show me how to do shit. So for sure her. And then who else? Yeah, that's really it. Oh, and then there's I still ain't even meet bro yet, but this one dude, he hit me up on Instagram just like ready to work. Like you feel me? Like he creative as fuck. So I'm gonna fuck with him. I'm gonna fuck with him, man. You feel me? Like he ready. So he remind me of myself. So I definitely gotta like sit down and really just get everything, yeah.
Word.
Cause like I got like 2 years worth of shit just like on my laptop already, like mock-ups. So I just want to do it right. You feel me? I want
I get that.
I want to make sure everything I do is like it's an experience. It ain't just like you pulling up, you buying shit, you leaving. You feel me? Like I want niggas to be like, yo, that pop up 5 years ago was crazy. Like you feel me? So that's like where I'm at right now. So
Dope. So what would you say to a 13-year-old aspiring like somebody who heavy into their fashion shit and they think this something they may want to do?
Shit, honestly, don't second guess yourself. Like, do that shit and run with it. Cause shit, I wasted my time. You feel me? Dealing like just like being unsure. You feel me? So if that's that movie you want to make, do that shit. Stick with it, bro. Cause that shit cut some years off and some time off. Like I can only imagine where I'd be at if I like would have started that shit from when I really set out. You feel me? Cause like realistically, like I think when I was like 18 or 19, that's like when I like started taking this shit serious. So imagine that 13-year-old that already know he want to do that shit, bro. Come on, you gonna be untouchable by the time you 18, 17. So definitely just focus, do research, do a lot of research. That's what I did. And learn how to like reference, learn how to like admire something and put it in your own way. Like ain't nothing new under the sun. You feel me? It's just how you reiterate it. That's where a lot of people fuck up at. A lot of people don't know how to reiterate shit. They just see it and copy it. You can see it, take from it, twist it up, make it your own shit, and they can still notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like a good sample.
Yeah, literally. That's really what it is, bro.
And can you speak on like the connection between like fashion and like hip hop and how much like that plays? It goes hand to hand.
Hell yeah, bro. It's to the point where the merch sell more than the fucking music, bro. The merch is gonna sell your music.
The merch will make you a millionaire before the music.
Real shit. That's just what it is. And it's
Music
like
is a commercial. Damn near.
And a lot of these artists, people follow them on Instagram and on social media because of their fashion.
Yeah.
They probably don't even really care for the music. They probably won't even really buy the music if you didn't dress nice or wear the popular brands.
honestly, because I ain't gonna lie, like, and I fall victim to that, but like, I ain't even gonna listen to you if you ain't fly, bro. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I make an exception for a few niggas, but if you could really spit, but it's we in today's age where like image is like everything. So it's just like you gotta have that shit. You gotta have that shit, bro. Like
That's a fact.
Because that's relatability too. If that's something that you want on your everyday lifestyle, then you want the person that you listening to every day to be on that too.
Yeah.
Facts, because you gotta be able to like identify yourself
Exactly.
with that person to like
Yeah.
really relate to them. Like that's how that's like currency, bro. Like currency raised me,
Spitter,
bro.
that's my boy.
Spitter, that ass like Spitter raised us, bro. Like Kanye, Spitter, Pharrell, like my bad, like yeah, bro. Like just seeing somebody that look like you, that shit just automatically just bring you closer to them. You feel me?
That's a fact.
So.
What? Damn, I was like, do you look into the like the NFTs and stuff like that? You seen that stuff?
I did when it first came about, but it's like I'm not opposed to it. I guess I just like I said, I only got so much brain power where I could focus on like the shit I'm doing. So like I had to have somebody around me specifically for that. Oh shit, I left out. Shout out to Liam and Bobby. I did the Continuum mag with them boys. Those my niggas too. Like I can't believe I almost left them boys out. But yeah, I don't know why that just made me think about it, but but yeah though, like I ain't really too like I'm anti-metaverse, man. Like I'm anti all that shit, bro. Like I ain't gonna be honest. Like we need to focus what's in front of us. How the fuck we gonna fix what's in the fucking metaverse when we can't even handle these physical problems? Like,
are you anti it or are you in denial?
Not
Like,
so.
like
I
you
know
it's
that's the
coming.
future.
Okay,
like,
okay.
I know that's the future.
Okay, I
so
respect
I'm
that.
anti. You feel me? Because it's like I'm not denying it. I like trust me, bro. Shit is getting wicked. Like, shit is. Like, I just read some crazy shit today, bro. Like this nigga Bill Gates got everything, bro. Like he owns so much farmland. This shit is sick, bro. Like these niggas is really trying to take over the world, and it's Elon Musk. Like I fuck with him, but he tripping too. Like. That neural shit is
wild.
It's crazy. Like I get where they coming from, but
you familiar with the nigga Idris Sandu?
Nah, who that?
He do the tech stuff. He did the smart store with Nipsey.
Is that what like when you scan the barcode?
Yeah, like you can put the phone, you can put the camera up to the image on the shirt.
Yeah,
and then it'll be like an unreleased video.
Shit like that is fire. I love shit like that.
He doing a fashion line with the, like a chip in it. So it's like I bought the shoes. But it's like he gonna start doing that shit with artists. So it's like you bought this merch at a concert, boom, it gets scanned at the concert. Okay, boom, you bought it here. You could, and then when it comes to resale, you have a digital like
receipt
list of every person who's scanned it. Like,
that's sweet though.
Yeah, like he doing like functional technology art.
Yeah,
and it's like he gonna have. I guess I don't know if he gonna have the NFTs with it. So like if you in the metaverse, you could have the same shirt you wearing.
Or
in person.
Like I fuck with shit like that. Like I'm not completely against it, but I just know like niggas is getting diabolical with this technology shit, bro. So it's just like
he's on our side though.
Yeah.
Idris on our side.
I like that.
Yeah,
but
he made the Explore page for IG. All that shit. Young black dude. He like 25, 26.
That's raw.
Yeah,
I gotta tap in with him. I gotta tap in.
Look at his shit.
Cause this shit getting wild, bro. Like.
Trust me, I be seeing all that shit.
Yeah,
too,
bro. Like, cause all it is, y'all saw Ready Player One, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's just gonna be that, bro.
You seen iRobot?
Yeah, Terminator.
Yeah, all that shit, bro. That shit getting crazy. Like, I'm not trying to be around. Like, hopefully by that shit pop off, I'm in Jamaica chilling somewhere, bro. Like,
fingers crossed, bro. I seen the shit. The Google chat. They saying it was sentient. Like that shit had emotions and consciousness and shit. I was reading the transcript.
What?
That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
That shit was
yeah, bro. Even with the I learned this from T-Mobile and shit. When you set up your iPhone and shit, you know how they got like the diction and all that shit in there? Always turn that shit off, cause that's how like they pick up your conversation. And, like, you know, you be talking about something and that shit pop up. That's what that shit is. Even like if you like on the phone or you texting it. That shit pop up. You can turn it off. It's called.
Oh, you ain't tell me that when I just got my phone.
You ain't telling me, right? Nah, I turned it off for you then. The second time, yeah, I turned it off for you. I turned it off for you.
Yeah, I need that. I gotta change that shit.
Nah, yeah, for sure. That shit.
I hate having the conversation. That shit pop right up.
Yeah, that shit is evil. Evil,
I feel
bro.
that shit too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Evil, cause niggas is going. We already like the world is already broke. You feel me? Niggas just gonna go broke on the metaverse too. Like y'all just making like they whole thing is they pushing like escape reality. First of all, you cannot escape fucking reality. It's just impossible, bro. It's either death or you feel that's your only way of escaping reality, death, bro. So it's just like all that shit that they preaching and trying to push, bro. This shit is just stupid. Like niggas trying to have concerts and all that shit on the metaverse. That shit is dumb, bro. Like, why would y'all want to go to a show?
It'll never be nothing like the real experience of going to a concert.
Yeah, like niggas not about to be
feeling that energy.
Room, like, no, I just listen to music or I could watch you on YouTube, bro. Like, it's just
it's a new way. It's a new flex. It's literally a new flex. I flex on you in the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? Pop this digital bottle.
More shit to stroke niggas' egos.
You feel me, bro? Like, I'm not jacking it. I know that's where the future is, so like I gotta read up on it just so I'm at least informed. But I'm not trying to participate in none of that shit, bro. Like, hell nah. Cause like even the NFT shit, like it's cool. Cause like I definitely seen niggas get their bread from that shit. But it's just like at the end of the day, bro, it's just like all right. Let's say I drop a Vice Paradise tee on an NFT. That shit not doing nothing for me, bro. Like, as far as like just like my like creative juices, like
I definitely feel that.
You feel me? It's not getting my creative high. Like,
I think what is missing is the utility of what an NFT can bring you, type shit. Like, for how it was explained to me, it was like it can be like it's almost like a receipt, like instead of like how people keep like stamps or like ticket stubs.
Yeah,
it's like it's being like a digital ticket stub of like whatever you getting type shit, and like you could say like, nah, this is the 100% official. Yada yada. I ain't get this from a scalper. I got this from directly from the source. Like it's like a way of authenticating whatever the fuck you got.
Copy.
Shit.
And then you as the creative, when you sell it, you can have certain like disclaimers or whatever it is on there, like
unlockable shit.
Like like you have certain royalties on it. So if they want to resell it, every time it gets sold, you still get like 25%.
Yeah, that's what I heard about.
Resale. Yeah,
so that
resale
shit is good.
Yeah,
but do you like? Do that person who owns like the majority of that NFT, do they get the physical product, or
you can if you can set it up however you want it, whatever you want it to do.
So hypothetically speaking, let's say I had no physical product and it was just the digital.
You can do that too.
And
if they wanted to buy that shit, then they can.
And they could wear it in the metaverse.
Yeah, they could do that. Or you like you could have the NFT.
And they can go to the virtual club.
Yeah, for real. You buy the NFT and it's like, yo, you get the physical shirt. What size you want? Yeah. And then you send it out to them. And they got the physical shirt and the digital version of the shirt.
Copy. It ain't too bad, but it's like
it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different.
It's just, I don't know. I probably might if that shit's still around in like 3 years, I'll do it.
Watch.
I don't want to wait too long just in case that shit get crazy. But like,
yeah, I'll show you some shit.
I had to be like, cause I know just for me, like I'm a physical nigga, like. Bro, like I hate doing anything like on the computer. Like as much tech savvy as I am, I hate doing shit on the computer, bro. Like I try to do math in my head still. I like reading physical books. I don't like reading digital shit. Like I'm like an old head at heart when it comes to shit like that.
No, I feel you, bro.
But no, I gotta tap in though. I gotta see.
Did you have any questions, Skima? Armand?
Check. All right. So like, what's a few like things you gotta do before you be like, I think I'm done with this industry, or like, what's just a few things on your bucket list to accomplish?
Oh, until like I'm done with the fashion shit, or
yeah, even like you get to the point like, nigga, I did this. You know what I mean? Like, I can wrap it up.
Or maybe start a new brand after Vice Paradise.
Facts.
Copy. So I think about that shit every day. So definitely, like, just make sure, like, my family is straight. Like, make sure my family and the homies is good. Like, make sure I have enough resources to help them with anything. And the people, like, the kids under us, make sure that shit is straight. I don't got to worry about shit. And Yeah, after that, I'm going into furniture. Like, I'm
Interior
definitely
design?
going into furniture for sure. Like
Interior
home goods
design.
and like
That's fire.
like chairs, tables, all that type of shit. Like even
fuck
like
with that.
refrigerator. Like I want to get into that shit because I went to school for it. So like
At McKinley, you went to school for
carpentry.
Yeah.
So like we built houses. Like that's like how I'm even cool with half of my homies. Like
Yeah.
we built the house together. So it's just like.
Yeah, that's different.
Like you feel like on some like metaphoric
Being
shit, it's like
metaphorical,
nigga
starting
like
foundation.
you feel
Yep.
me, bro? And that's like Good Neighbors Club type. Like that's literally how that shit started. It was Jets, and then shit happened, and then shit turned into Good Neighbors Club. So like yeah, so my main goal is just making sure me and the gang is straight and the family, and then after that I'm probably gonna duck off for like a year, then probably study more on like touch up like my trade and shit and drop the furniture line. Like,
Come
yeah,
on.
that's it.
Tough.
I know you talked about like meeting or seeing West Side.
Yeah.
Some shit on earlier. Do you have like another moment where you was just like, oh shit, I can't believe this just happened? Like,
Not really, cause like he's so fucking cool. You don't even realize that like how big he is, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah. I meant like not even like in regards to West Side, like for you. Like was there ever a moment since you started doing this like clothing thing where it's like, yo, this shit really I really just met this person, or like, yo, this shit really just
Starstruck type.
you know what I mean? So maybe like somebody says something to you or somebody like
oh,
surprised the fuck out of you to where you was like, damn.
when I wasn't really like necessarily starstruck. It just like it gave me that head nod in my head, like okay, like I'm doing something right. That's when I met Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah. Oh yeah, clear all the rumors. That nigga is not racist. Like,
How do you know that?
he's not. You could tell. Like when I met him, he was just like he was so interested in me. A nigga that's quote unquote racist would not even show that black kid that much love. You feel me? Like
And being from Buffalo, you clearly know what a racist white person is.
for sure. We know who racist niggas is at the age of like 7. Like you feel me? So, but yeah, me and Tommy Hilfiger, it was just like he just was eyeing my fit and shit. And then I asked him a question because he ain't go to school for fashion. A lot of these motherfuckers,
The best ones, that's
bro,
the best
a lot of these niggas did not go to school for fashion. So like that's another thing that kind of like, you know, like it's the facts that kind of like let me know like, okay, like I belong in this shit. Cause I ain't go to school for fashion. It look like what I'm doing for my city or just like the influential level of shit. Even like when I meet people, it's like a everlasting like impression. So but yeah, I met bro. I had an outfit that I designed, and he was just infatuated by it. Like he really loved that shit. Like he just told me like, yo, like I love it. Like just you not doing nothing wrong if you think you doing nothing wrong, and just keep going with it. So
Where was this at?
in New York at his showroom at Madison.
That's
New York City at what the fuck is the address? 216 Madison. Yup, 216 Madison.
How did you end up meeting him? Like, how'd you end up getting the opportunity?
Oh shit, that's a crazy story. So I always go thrifting and shit. So I was thrifting, and I got this crazy ass. I found this Tommy Hilfiger sweater. It was a knit, a yellow joint. Ironically, I'm leaving. My man Justin called me. Justin, he from the town, but he live in New York City now. That's like one of my like. That's my brother
Justin?
too.
Yeah.
Justin Williams. Yeah, that's my J. Lou. Shout out to J. Lou. I'll tell you. But yeah, he called me because he was in this program called like Fashion for All, and it's like a org pretty much where like kids who like interested in fashion and shit, they pretty much like take them to these places to like just give them game and shit like that. And prior to that, when I was out there, I had ended up like meeting like the head of the org at that time, and they was just the same thing. They was infatuated with me, bro. Like loved my outfit, loved that I had so much knowledge. Like they couldn't believe it, so they went out their way to like invite me to come out there with them or whatever. Ironically, as I'm fucking buying the Tommy Hilfiger sweater.
Yeah.
So that's how that came about. Ended up going out there.
tough.
Yeah, I ended up going out there to dinner like 2 days later. just was cool, and that shit was great. That was a good experience right there. Yeah, I love New York City, bro. Like,
Yeah, me too.
bro. Like every time I go to New York City, that shit just it lift my spirits, take me to like a next level. Like that's how I even figured out like Vice Paradise, like in New York City. My bad, I'm talking too much. I got so much shit to say, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Good shit.
I had got this gig as being a styling assistant for this movie. I don't even know if it's dropped yet. It's like an indie movie, but it's called A Better Half. So I ended up getting hired as that. Shout out to Brianna Carrington. She like pulled that. Yeah, you feel
Shout out
me?
to Brianna.
So when I got there, that shit was wild. Like just like on some like these white people was tripping, bro. Like you feel me? Like really on that like power like status shit. So like long story short, like a nigga got too much integrity. Like I get it. Like I ain't like like this is my first time on the set, but I just ain't like how they was talking to me. And it's just like I was here to be a styling assistant. Y'all trying to have me do something that does not require that job description. And y'all talking to me like I'm not like I'm beneath y'all, you feel me? So I wasn't really feeling that. I was probably on set for like 3 days. And then what really got me there though was the black nigga. He said some crazy wacky shit like cause he asking me where the head stylist at, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, you find him. I don't even know how he look like. And he got mad, like, you know who you talking to, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, dude, like, no offense, but I don't care. But like, you need to figure this out because you obviously know him and I don't. I don't even know how he look. I don't even have his number. You feel me? So figure it out. And then I just walked away. Bro, it was a little tight. I told Brianna, whatever. I was still on the set. Shit was good. Then now they got me doing like crazy shit, bro. Like I'm grabbing motherfuckers water. Just,
Oh yeah, they
just,
was trying
you
to.
feel me, bro? They
They
trying to turn me into a PA. I'm like, I'm a stylist assistant. Like I'm not going for it. So I was doing it for a little bit, just on something like I ain't trying to like be egotistical and like all that other shit. And bro, I'm carrying mad fucking clothes, bro. Like can't even open the door. The lady, she looked back, bro. She looked back. She see me carrying all this shit and lets the door just close on me. So I'm like, what type of shit y'all? You feel me? So I was fed up, bro. After that, I'm like, Bree, I'm going home. Like, fuck these niggas. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I left. I ended up going book shopping. Went and grabbed some pizza, and like just from like looking through the mags and shit, I was just able to create like some designs. I went back to Justin crib. I was just super inspired, bro. Bust like five designs out that day. And yeah, Vice Paradise came about. You feel me?
That's hard.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it.
My last question. I was interviewing like different artists, and they were saying like you got to be able to do more than just rap to be a good artist, right?
Yeah.
So like, what's something else? What other skills do you need to have in order to be like a good designer, other than like creativity or some shit like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. So you definitely gotta know how to manage. Like with designing, you gotta have a team. Like I was just discussing, like even though like I got like all the brain power I need, but like you say, you need some extra hands. So you definitely gotta know how to like talk to people. You know how to manage and like delegate. Know how to make people feel comfortable. It's all like communication. Like honestly, like if you really express how much like someone is important for that project or like for the task that's at hand, just make people feel special. You feel me? Because just from like my past experience, sometimes like when I was doing shit for like motherfuckers, I wasn't feeling too special. So it's just the shit that I learned from like what I go through. I try to make sure as like other creatives, they never feel the way that I felt. You feel me? So yeah, really just communication. Yeah, besides being creative, is communication, bro. That's key right there. You gotta know how to talk to people. You gotta know how to get to a task, even when it's like disagreements. You still gotta like know how to understand to meet at that one end goal, and be open minded too. Like, sure.
Oh yeah. Where can everybody find your catalog and your everything they need?
Right now, mainly IG. I do have a website. You could check the full lookbook on that. Is www.viceparadise.us. I'm gonna post some more products on there pretty soon, probably like the next 2 months. My IG handle, TRIST without the O. So you
It's at the bottom of the screen.
UK, what is it? UKNWTRIST. Yeah.
We appreciate you pulling up.
Nah, no doubt. Appreciate
you,
y'all
bro.
boys, man. It was good talking to y'all boys, for real.
Not gonna be the last time.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Once my next collection out, you feel me? Let's do it.
step back in.
Let's do it. Oh,
Able
yeah.
to pop. We out.
Peace.
Sir.